Pisces, my darling. Happy full moon in Sag to you. As the title of this video states, ritual really does work. And we've been talking about meditation. For any Pisces placements, this is for Pisces rising, but also, Pisces sun and Pisces moon can definitely watch this. How are you feeling? Please comment below. How are you feeling in this moment? Use 1 to 3 words that really describe how you're feeling. Because Saturn in your sign, I'm going to be doing an entire video on that, because mental health right now and what you're experiencing is no fucking joke. There's no joke how heavy and how dense and how confusing and how, confusing would be the right word to use, and disillusion and illusion. It's as if how you normally look at and view the world has been distorted ever so slightly. And so I would really love to just have a check-in to see how you're feeling. And please, my email address is listed below. So please reach out directly for a private session. And even if it's just pulling a few cards, I'm happy to provide that space for you. But I'd love to empower you to also look at ritual right now. And I'll explain a little bit of why. So Saturn and Neptune are in your sign, and they're both going to be going retrograde this month. We have the sun right now in your 4th house of home and your pocket of the world. Safety is key. These are cultural family roots at the base of your chart. A lot of excitement in your house of communication. I won't even get into that. And the full moon is happening in your 10th house of legacy, public image, public life, and career. Not so much your everyday life. That's over here in Leo. We're going to have Venus going into that house. So work is definitely highlighted right now, but also with all this excitement happening at the base of your chart right now, it just feels like your entire innards are being shake, rattled, and rolled. And that it's hard to explain to anyone verbally with verbal communication tools what it is that you're feeling. It's almost like you want to create an art piece or, make a painting with that looks like really intense fire and red. I just keep seeing you making a finger painting that's just all red. And you're just like, this is how I feel. This. It's just very powerful what you're experiencing right now. And Pluto's is retrograde right now in Aquarius. It's going to dip back down into Capricorn for a few months. It'll fully, oh my gosh, oh golly. Neptune's talking. This is a really intense planet right over here. This is a really intense planet. I like to think of Neptune as the Poseidon in the sky, where Neptune washes a tidal wave over your entire life, takes away everything, clears it out, and you look over at Poseidon and you're just like, what? Neptune, what have you done? You've taken everything. He goes, but you have all the space for healthy activities now, and healthy new things to come in, and healthy new identifiers to come in to say who you really are. When we speak, our words are our spells. And, yes, thoughts are things. But what we know with mental health is we are not our first thought. We are our second thought and first action. Sometimes thoughts are really intense. And sometimes when you have any sort of, let me rephrase that. It's you. So sometimes our anxiety, our mental health, our, thoughts, whatever pop in, they can lie to us in our own voice. And it can be very confusing. It can be super scary. And it can feel like, I don't know what to do, but I'm going to listen to this thought because it's saying to go off and do the thing. Don't go off and do the thing. I've talked about intrusive thoughts before, and that's something that you can definitely do your own research on. Intrusive thoughts. It's when you're driving down the road and the thought pops into your head, drive off the road. And you're like, well, I don't know where that came from, but no thank you. Or, you're cutting up some vegetables and then the thought says, cut off your finger. And it's like, that's not me. That's definitely not me. But right now with these heavy hitters in here, Saturn in your sign and Neptune in your sign, we can listen to those thoughts and say, well, that's my voice and it's my brain. It's in my body. I'm hearing it in my ears, so it must be me. It's not you. These are the planets. This is what's happening. So ritual works. Let's get back to the foundation, the intention of the video, which is to give you some, even if meditation is not for you, that's okay. What does a ritual that you do every morning and every night, what could that look like for you? Instead of waking up and reaching for our phone and getting all of this information and all of this, whatever it may be, that's intense. That's really intense and maybe not the healthiest way for us to start our day. What is healthy? What does a healthy morning routine look like? What does a mindful routine look like? When we wake up, first thing in the morning, what is the first word that we say? I really try to practice gratitude every morning because as soon as my eyes open, I just get this sea of projection of like all of my conscious being like, this is the dream space and this is what happened and this is some trauma responses and this, it's like this whole view. It's kind of like what's in Ghostbusters 2 when the guy opens his eyes and there are like flashlights going up. Like that's literally, I open my eyes and I look at the ceiling and it's just like this stream of movies and images and it's just sometimes can be really cool and powerful. And like as a light worker and a starseed, like that's amazing. There are times I'm like, holy crap, you are a magical being of light, Sarah, you little alien. Like that's really cool. I don't know if that happens to everybody. But if you don't have this language and you wake up and you see all these crazy cuckoo things and you don't know that that's not you, you could live in that reality, and that's scary as can be. It's like the type of thing that, like I've seen those memes of like you have a dream that your significant other cheats on you and then you're pissed at them all day. Whereas like, you know it was a dream, but you're still pissed at them. Yeah, your body doesn't forget. Your fascia doesn't forget. It's that type of a thing. That Saturn, Neptune over here in your sign, Pluto really fucking some shit up over here. Finding different ways to communicate, Pisces. Not just verbal ways, but like how can you express what you're feeling inside in an outer way? It could be creative expression. It could be like finger painting. Little simple things that you can do every way. Singing songs, like playing drums, anything that really just feels good as you do it. And it doesn't have to be something that you think is good for you or that you want to be good for you, but what just feels good. Yeah. It might feel that at this full moon, it's at the top of your chart, so it's like in the space of public life. Don't sacrifice yourself for the greater good. That's not the way. That's not the way. Yes, it is so heavy and intense out there, Pisces, but you do not have to omit yourself from the love of the universe, the love of God, the love of the God of your understanding. You know, we learn from, trauma healing and from really detaching ourselves from codependent relationships or, as adult child of alcoholic parents. Like these are just my lenses. But we can sometimes sacrifice ourselves, and like everyone is worthy of unconditional love. But do you feel that you are worthy of unconditional love? Because that just means like you've told God, like, love everybody except me, I'm fine, I'm okie dokie. No, the whole world, every person, every sentient being, every ant, every fly, every little bit, they're all worthy of unconditional love. And it's you, so even your enemies, you're like, I just want them to find happiness. Yeah, what about you? What about you? Let's get some Post-its going around the house. I want some Post-its on the mirror, in the bathroom. I am loved. I am lovable. I am worthy of healthy love. I want that all over the place. All over the place, kid. I am safe. I am in control of my thoughts, words, and actions. I am sovereign. Whatever. Safe. I'm safe in my skin, they're saying. I'm safe in my body. I don't have to sacrifice myself, my body, my mind, anything for the greater good. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You're finding new ways to communicate how you're feeling inside, or maybe there's a piece of, maybe there's a piece of poetry or an art piece that's already been created that says, this is how I feel. Yeah, maybe finding a new poetry book, my dear, and really singing the songs of what's happening in your soul for the rest of us to experience. Because you're the baby ancients that are, this is a crucial point in the ascension of the planet right now, a crucial point. And I really would love for us to recognize that although it is heavy as can be, it's heavy, and I know, and I understand. But you're worthy of smiles and a really incredible, magical life. And it's always darkest before the dawn. Please reach out directly if I can be helpful at all, and you are not alone. You are not alone in this. You are not the only one experiencing this. Although we are each individual human beings, we are all God having a human experience, and we as leaders are feeling these intense vibrations before the collective consciousness comes into it. It's a bumpy ride out there, kids. But we can do this. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the new moon. It's going to be a good one, but let's really focus on ritual and reading, writing poetry, and finding ways to express what's happening inside of us if verbal communication is not really helpful right now. I love you, Pisces. I'm really grateful that you're here.